Cincinnati's January. Yes, it's the Butler County Swap Meet and Car Corral, Saturday, January 15th from 8 till 1 at the Butler County Fairgrounds in Hamilton, Ohio. The indoor and outdoor swap areas will feature all kinds of antique and vintage auto parts, hard-to-find manuals, garage items, beer and soda collectibles, plus models and toys. That's the Butler County Winter Swap Meet and Car Corral, Saturday, January 15th at the Butler County Fairgrounds, sponsored by the O'Reilly Auto Parts, the Ohio Valley Chapter, the Falcon Club of America, the Corvair Club of Cincinnati, and the Tri-State F100. Visit ButlerCountySwap.com.
Jean Robert's La Barre à Bouffe at the Edgecliff in East Walnut Hills is open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner and cocktails. Savor classic French dishes including escargot, onion soup, and beef tartare. Enjoy an authentic French dining experience in a comfortable, casual atmosphere at La Barre à Bouffe. Chef's famous beef Wellington is a luxurious dish, carved tableside, and available for pre-order on weekend nights. And of course, La Barre à Bouffe has the finest selection of French wine you can enjoy while you dine in or relax on the La Barre à Bouffe patio with a lovely river view. Carryout is always available. Jean Robert, Mary Lou, and the La Barre à Bouffe team are awaiting your arrival. So come to La Barre à Bouffe at the Edgecliff, 2200 Victory Parkway, with convenient parking. For reservations, call 513-751-2333 or visit labarrabouffe.com.
With just one spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, one spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24, the sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
WDJO Cincinnati. WDJO Cincinnati.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Hey, Who Day, you all. Today is the unofficial National Bagel Day. However, in Who Day country, let's call it the official Cincinnati Bingle Day. I think the mayor has already claimed today is Who Day Day.
I'm sure.
So let's have some fun. I'm Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group, your host every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 o'clock right here on WDJO. My guest this morning is no stranger to the show, but it's been a while since he's been here. Been so doggone busy.
Busy and just couldn't get in.
Yeah, it's hard to get him in here, but we have him today, so let's make the best of it. This is my friend, colleague, client, accountant, and tax coach, Mr. Mike McCormick. Oh, yeah. We're getting a standing ovation. But first, let's do a little trivia. Who am I? This is going to be we're going to give away 3 gifts this morning. Each one will be 2 passes to the Greater Cincinnati Remodeling Expo at the Sharonville Convention Center, which is January the 21st to the 23rd. That's next weekend, and the following weekend, January 28th to the 30th. It's worth $10. You can go anytime the next 2 weekends if you call 513-563-1480. And the trivia question is sponsored by KBC Incorporated. They will be at booth number 1 at the expo, and they've been in business for 35 years. Thank you, Ken Bryan, for the tickets. I appreciate that. Here's the question. I was an American musician known as the lead vocalist, primary lyricist, and founding member of the southern rock band Lynyrd Skynyrd, who had 2 major hit songs, Sweet Home Alabama, my wife's favorite, and everybody's favorite, Freebird. Who am I? 513-563-1480, the lead singer for Lynyrd Skynyrd. Call us up. You're going to get 2 free passes to the Cincinnati Remodeling Expo at Sharonville Convention Center next weekend and the following weekend. Thank you, Ken Bryan at KBC Incorporated, the best remodeling company in town. They are great. Yep, we'll talk about them in a little bit. So there you go. Oh, my gosh. It's a whirlwind. From 7 o'clock, Mary Jo woke me up. I said, it's 7:15. I said, so? She said, radio show. I went, oh, yeah.
I got up and took a shower, and Kelly said, do you realize it's Saturday? I said, you realize I'm on the radio at 9.
So thank you, Mary, for staying after me. She fixes my smoothie and hands me my coffee, and I run out the door, and here I am. So
it's all about teamwork, right?
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't do this without her. She's a blessing in disguise. No. Anyhow, well, Mike, it's been a year since your last visit. Let's see, we still have a pandemic going on. First year of the Biden administration, and now it's 2022.
Just like that.
Yeah. Wasn't it Ben Franklin who wrote in a 1789 letter that our new Constitution is now established and has an appearance that promises permanency? But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes.
Well, that's what Ben says.
Yeah, however.
I disagree with Ben.
I like to say that there's only 3 things for certain. That's everybody's going to die, taxes always go up, and everything changes.
Everything changes. That's right. Tax code changes, COVID changes, insurance changes.
One thing that doesn't
Life
change.
changes.
One thing that doesn't change.
What's that?
You always say right now in January is the best time to plan for taxes.
That's a great point. Yeah. This is the best time. January is the best time to do tax planning for this year. The everything for 2021 is probably already
Explain
happened.
it to us, Mike.
Yeah. Well, right now you can put in strategies that are designed to save you money, and you get the whole year to benefit from them. Instead of rushing at the end of the year, the media wants us to think that the time for tax planning is November and December. But it's really now, January. You got a fresh start. You get to talk to your tax advisor, get some ideas to put into place now. Either start giving to charities now or start putting into retirement plans. If you're a business owner, there's so many things you can do to save yourself tax dollars, but you got to start early.
What can the average American do? I mean, not everybody owns their own business. Not everybody. I mean, we've got your blue collar workers, your middle income folks. You got your rich people. You got people who don't do anything and still get a paycheck.
Well, I can't save them tax dollars, but for the average American, the way the tax code was changed a few years ago, it really severely limits what the average American can do. You can itemize deductions and get your real estate taxes, but you don't want to pay any more taxes, and you can get your mortgage interest, but you don't really want to pay any mortgage interest. So the only thing left from that aspect is charitable contributions, and the amount people can afford to contribute is just limited. So what else can they do? Reduce their income, their taxable income, by putting money into a retirement plan. If they think their tax bracket's going to go up, maybe put money into a Roth and pay tax on that money now. But it comes down to planning, knowing what you can do, and talking to someone that has the experience to help you put into place the strategies that can save you money. Whether you consider yourself wealthy or an average Joe, there are things that you can do. You just need to know what they are ahead of time. You're furiously looking for something.
I've got it right here. Yeah. So you sent me over some stuff earlier this week. One was the IRS's warning of a messy tax season. I read that.
It's kind of ironic. taxpayer advocate who is somewhat independent of the actual IRS. They're the kind of the last resort. When we have a problem we can't get resolved, we know it should be resolved, we go to the taxpayer advocate. And the advocate was in front of Congress recently and essentially said that the 2022 tax season is going to be a mess because the IRS is in shambles. Their staffing levels, their just the automated systems that they're using, it's just causing problems for the average American. The taxpayers are getting notices for things that are inaccurate. The things that we've tried to resolve on behalf of clients sit in tractor trailers for months. I was thinking about an example on the way in. We had a client that I sent a letter to the IRS in September of 2020. Okay, September of 2020. We just got the reply, and to the client's benefit, last week. So that's the amount of time it takes to resolve a tax issue with the IRS. Got to be patient. Listen to your tax advisor. Don't go it alone because the likelihood of your communication getting lost is high, and the likelihood of it being successful is pretty low, unless you're working with someone that knows what they're doing.
Didn't you start out working for IRS?
Me? No.
No.
No. I've always worked for the American taxpayer.
I don't know who that
I have a
is.
specific client who makes fun of me and accuses me of working for the IRS, but he does it in hopefully a joking way. I'm not going to out him on the radio.
Is he our
I
friend
know he's
with
a friend
the
of
boat
yours,
and the
yes.
new dog and the new house?
No comment.
Yeah, we won't mention him by name, will we?
Might be my IT guy. I don't know.
We got a lot of friends that sit at the table on Tuesday nights and kind of joke at each other, but
Yeah, poke fun. Yeah.
and y'all order up another beer. But anyhow, so my promo was 2 fun tricks to save thousands on your taxes, and I know you have a lot more than 2. But what's what I know we talk about this often. Just some real simple things that. Let's face it, Mike. I mean, everybody's a business person. I mean, if you run a lawn service or a laundry service, or you babysit or daycare, if you have an online company just for fun, or a lot of people will go through corporate America for years and retire, and then they go, I think I'm going to get into real estate. Dabble around in real estate. So they go and get their real estate license, and they do 1 or 2 deals a year. They don't have a clue as to what to do, first, second, or third, but they're going to make a bunch of money and drive fancy cars and wear fancy clothes. That's their thought.
Yeah, there's a couple things there, Gary. One is one of the greatest tax tools that you have at your disposal is to start a business. It's to own your own business, because the tax code for individuals, for individual taxpayers, I say is about 3 pages long. The tax code for a business owner is thousands of pages long. You get to take advantage as a business owner, whether you're a sole proprietor or a corporation. You get to take advantage of everything that's in there for businesses. And to your point, once you are a business, whether it's a consultant or lawn care service or real estate agent, you can take advantage of the things that are in there. Like, let's hire your kids. Let's hire your kids in your business to do something for you. Let's say you own a rental property. Your kids can mow the yard. So you can pay them. You can pay them as employees, and then they could take that money. One, you could take that deduction from your business income. Your kids could take that money and put it into a Roth IRA, and then it never gets taxed. You could, if you don't put it into a retirement plan, you could put it into a savings account and use that money to pay for soccer cleats. There's not a line on the tax return that says soccer cleats.
Can you put that money into a fund for college tuition?
Sure, you could. Well, that's the thing. You're paying the child, the dependent, to do work for your business. That money can go into an account and be used at any time later for anything for that child, for that dependent. So whether it's soccer cleats, band camp, sports camp, private grade school, private high school, college education, college books, whatever it is, you've already deducted it. So it's already been a business expense. You can use it for anything that you need to for the kids.
How old can they be to do that?
The IRS says 7. You know,
Okay.
unless they're really cute and they're on TV or something like that. But 7 is kind of the cutoff. Once they hit 7, they're generally capable of doing some things that are worth being paid for you from a business standpoint. It could be stuffing envelopes, putting stamps on envelopes. It could be something very simple, but you can pay them to do that, and again deduct that out of your business income.
Yeah, we tried to get
You can't do it with a newborn kid.
Addie and Brinley to put stamps on there, putting them on upside down and kind of crooked, because we mailed out like almost 300 calendars, and Mary Jo was working with them and trying to get them, and they were putting them under this. So, whoops.
As long as it's on there, it's all good.
As long as it's on the front, right.
Adds legitimacy that's a human actually touched it.
Yeah, right. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Mike McCormick Financial Clarity Group, and his number is 513-752-0386, or you can go to financialclaritygroup.com. If you go to his website, he's got a really, really informative, about a 2-minute video where he gives you 3 pointers. And love to play it on the air, but you wouldn't be able to see it or hear it. So go to Financial Clarity Group and check that out. I'd like to express my gratitude to all our troops, veterans, first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare. That'd be the nurses and doctors, our nurses, aides, and healthcare staff, the EMT staff, police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. We're going out for our first break. When we come back, we're going to have a moment with Miles and then more tricks to save on your taxes. Hooday! You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
When's the last time you wasted your money? Worse yet, you wasted it on something you didn't really want anyway, like income taxes. Local CPA and certified tax coach Mike McCormick regularly helps people like you find areas where they've wasted their hard-earned money, paying more in taxes than the tax code requires. Experience the power of proactive tax planning. Call the tax coach, Mike McCormick, today at 513-488-1121 or visit financialclaritygroup.com to get started.
Get ready, Elvis fans. One of the greatest celebrations in musical history is about to take place as Cincinnati's Oldies Network WDJO presents the Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular Birthday Edition. One night only, Saturday, January 15th at the Aronoff Center for the Arts in Cincinnati, Ohio. Starring Graceland's ultimate Elvis tribute artist, Sean Clutch, along with Cody Ray Slaughter from the $1 Million Quartet, and backed by popular demand Ryan Pelton, in an era-by-era tribute to the greatest entertainer of all time, with special guest, the legendary Blackwood Quartet. Don't miss the birthday of the king of rock and roll. Visit etaspectacular.com for more information. The Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular. Tickets are on sale now, so come celebrate musical history for Elvis's birthday.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Visit etaspectacular.com today.
Are you looking for a taste of New Orleans? Then come to Brew River Creole Kitchen. Under the tutelage of Emeril Lagasse, our executive chef Michael Shields has learned the secrets of New Orleans cooking and prepares this area's authentic, locally sourced, made-from-scratch Creole cuisine. Are you planning an event? Brew River can accommodate private parties from 15 to 85, including restaurant rental for 200 guests, making Brew River ideal for small to large special events. Something new at Brew River is a wine retail center. Stop by, pick up a bottle of small production boutique wine by the bottle. Many of these selections are very limited and not widely available. Brew River has also brought back Wine Wednesday with half price on small production wine by the bottle. For great live entertainment and a taste of New Orleans every Tuesday through Saturday, along with Saturday lunch and Sunday brunch. Make it Brew River Creole Kitchen at Eastern Avenue and online at brewrivercreolekitchen.com.
You know, it's easy to turn your unwanted, broken, or unused gold and silver jewelry and coins into needed cash. Gold and silver class rings, wedding bands, and coin collections can all be turned into needed cash fast at Franklin Street Coin Company in Evendale. They are paying more because they buy more. Get the highest prices available fast at Franklin Street Coin Company, a proud sponsor of Ohio State sports. Go Buckeyes!
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Thanks for listening and watching on Facebook, and now we're on Twitter, too, so you can go over there. My name is Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist, better known as Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group. And now this is the moment we have all been waiting for all week long. This is the captain of our ship, Mr. Miles Beersford. Him and Christine Beersford are the owners of RE/MAX Preferred Group. This is A Moment with Miles. Good morning, Miles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend.
Who day, my friend?
Who day. Monday, we commemorate the achievements of Martin Luther King, but today is actually the birthday of Reverend King, born in 1929. In 1963, 250,000 people gathered outside the Lincoln Memorial to hear King's famous I Have a Dream speech. In 1964, the Civil Rights Movement achieved two of its greatest successes, the ratification of the 24th Amendment, which abolished the poll tax, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibited racial discrimination in employment and education and outlawed racial segregation in public facilities. Later that year, King became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's this morning's Moment with Miles.
Oh, that's some great history, Miles. I appreciate that. Good to give us a reminder of that. And, you know, it's everything that Dr. Martin Luther King said was very, very spot on. So thank you for that information. Appreciate it. That is Mr. Miles Beersford, along with his lovely wife, Christine. They are the owners of RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio, and the captains of our ship. Next week, we have Bob Pape with Polaris Home Funding Corp., and everybody's asking, what are interest rates going to do? What are interest rates going to do? Well, he ain't going to tell you because he doesn't know. But no, we're going to give you some insight on that and what's going on in the market. Later on during the show, we got a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. I'm grateful and happy for all my listeners each week. Just to name a few, we got Carol in South Lebanon, Joanne and Mark in Westchester, Felicia and Leah Crane, Steve Zinzer, Lon Lemaster, Steve Templin, Mike and Nancy, Little Jane Real, my family, and also all the many realtor friends that tune in or watch each week. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Mike McCormick with Financial Clarity Group, 513-752-0386, or go to financialclaritygroup.com. The trivia question. I was an American musician known as the lead vocalist, primary lyricist, and founding member of the Southern rock band Leonard Skinner, who had two major hit songs, Sweet Home Alabama and Free Bird, just to name a few. Who am I? 513-563-1480. We got some valuable tickets to the Cincinnati Remodeling Expo. And, you know, if you're just going to fix up your house a little bit or do some major renovations or want to know about replacing your roof or painting your house or finishing your basement or upgrading your bathroom, that's the place you want to be. These tickets are worth $10. Call us at 513-563-1480, and you can go to the expo on KBC Construction. Mr. Ken Bryant was so gracious to give us those tickets.
Hey Gary, before you go on, I have to tell you, I had a call this week from a little birdie. Well, he's not so little. Miles called.
Oh yeah,
and he said that I should do this because you won't do it on your own. But he said to congratulate you about being in the top 50 of the agents at their brokerage.
Oh, wow.
RE/MAX Preferred.
Yeah, that was quite an honor. Thanks for bringing that up.
I was surprised that he would call me, but he must have told him that I was going to be on this week. So.
That's right. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but yeah, it was. It's a lot of hard work and effort, and I'm really proud to be part of that elite group. That's great. We've got a smoking office, a rocking office.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyhow, thank you very much for that. I met you at Cincinnati Real Estate Investors Association, and that was a little over 10 years ago. And I just knew you were the man to help me get on my feet financially, and you did. We became friends, colleagues, clients, and great referral partners. So I just want to let folks know that this is a live testimonial. You have helped save Mary Jo and I tons of money, especially the last 2 years since we switched things around a little bit. And you can do the same thing for anyone else listening in, whether you have a small online business or you run a corporation. Mr. Mike McCormick is the man that can help you save money. It's just about, we're not cheating anyone. We're not taking anything away. We're paying our tax. We pay tons of taxes.
Well, the thing about what we do, tax planning isn't about not paying any tax. It's paying the right amount of tax.
Yeah.
And not leaving a tip. We're not tipping Uncle Sam for the amount of government we're buying.
That same friend of ours we talked about. It was funny Tuesday night. He says, "You cost me." No, we just reported what you owed. You were going to get caught if you didn't take care of it now.
Yeah, he's a hard case. But it's not. Again, it's not about not paying any tax. We want you to pay the right amount of tax. We're not looking to wait for a way to cheat the government or lie on your tax return or anything like that. And that's why it's so important to do things early. It's to do tax planning now. It's to find the strategies, the tools that work for your situation, that work for your family, and implement them now. So you've got the whole year to let them work for you, and then the next year, and then the next year. It's restructuring your business entity. It's hiring your kids. It's hiring your spouse. You can hire your spouse and not pay them cash, but potentially be able to write off all your medical expenses as a business expense. Now, the circumstances have to exist, or you have to create the circumstances to make that work, but there are so many things that a business owner can do legally that you don't have to break the law.
Little things like you told me, Gary, download the app Mile IQ.
Yeah. Mile IQ is a great tool.
And I did. So every time I get in the car, I don't have to touch my phone. It just knows where I leave, where I stop, keeps track of every trip. And at the end of the month, I just go through and I decide if it's a business or personal. And probably 90% of my driving is business.
Right.
And then it prints out a report, and it calculates how much per mile. And we pay our gas and fuel and everything out of our personal account. However, the business pays us based on mileage.
That's right. Your corporation reimburses you as an employee for the use of your car.
Yeah.
And that's a business expense. And the thing about that one, most people know about being able to write off business mileage, but the benefit of that is the corporation gets to write off 57.5 cents per mile, but it probably only costs you about 30 cents to run that vehicle. So the company writes off the 57, you get the 57 cents per mile in your personal account, and you don't pay tax on it. It's a reimbursement.
It's called Mile IQ, and I paid $3 or $4 or $5 a month.
I want to say it's about $70 a year.
Yeah,
Microsoft bought it a few years ago, but it's for the trouble that it saves you, it's well worth the money.
You don't have to write your miles down, which you never did anyway.
Most
and then you get at the end of the year and go, well, how many miles did you drove? I don't know.
What'd I do last year?
Yeah, right. Whereas I just go on my phone and I'll just kick back for about an hour and go through it once a month and boom, 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 print it out and done. It's done.
Well, that's a job your team could do for you too.
Well, yeah. Except if I gave my kids, they don't know if if that trip was personal or no. She's got her hands full with the little ones, but she does the important stuff, the contracts and get us to the closing, and so So like I mentioned in the last segment, a lot of people will retire. Now we've got a lot of new agents, a lot of new young agents getting into the business, which I applaud you. My hats are off because I can't think of anything I'd rather want to do than be a realtor. It's giving a good service. It's keeping things compliant, keeping things honest, and keeps my brain moving. Just to do this show and be prepared to talk to you for an hour. But a lot of people will decide, well, I want to get into real estate. So they do. And there's so much to it. And you have broken it down into your agent operating system for real estate agents.
Yeah. So what I see on my end on the tax side is I see people get into real estate. They make some money. They dig a hole with the IRS for the first 3 years. Then they take the next 3 years to dig themselves out of the hole with the IRS. and they get frustrated and burn out, and they leave the profession. So they stop being agents because they're frustrated. So to help offset that, I am familiar with a book called from Gino Wickman, who his dad was a real estate guy, called The Entrepreneurial Operating System. So I have adapted a lot of the principles in that to something that I call and have trademarked called the Agent Operating System. And what we've done is created a system to help the agent run the back side of their office. So because agents do a great job of selling and contracts and negotiation and all those front end things, but I see agents' businesses fall apart when they get the check, when they get paid. What do I do with the money? How do I pay estimates? Or I'm paying bills from 3 months ago because I'm just now getting my most recent commission check. So we help them formalize that and create a way to know how much to send to the IRS without sending too much, how much to set aside for next month's bills, how much to take home and put it in your personal account, and start saving for retirement, because many agents are not putting any money out of their current earnings into a retirement plan. So the agent operating system is designed to give them the tools to actually run a business, to be able to see from a P&L standpoint where they are in a month. Sales, they probably generally know their sales, but they're in the commissions, but they don't know their expenses. So they don't really know their net profit. So that we help them formalize that and start to run a better business, more effective business, and more profitable business.
And you taught me several years ago, right off the bat, I take 10% and put it into like a little savings that I use for all my donations and frivolous stuff, and 20% goes into the tax account. And then 20% goes to personal, and then the remaining 50% stays in the business company account to pay for all the bills.
Because you're going to have bills next month that you got to pay for.
Right. So I just want to remind everybody to tune in Sunday nights at 8 o'clock for John Englehart and the Sunday Soda Shop right here on WDJO. Please don't touch your dial. Coming up next is my music history. Then more fun tricks to help you save money on taxes. Everyone loves to save money.
That's right.
Hooday! You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 1079.
Do you want to sell your home but don't know where to start? Thinking about downsizing, but the process is just too much? Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, has the answers. Let Gary put his vast real estate knowledge to work for you. Interest rates are at record lows and the real estate market is red hot. Now is a great time to make your move. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's 513-777-2402. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky.
Postmodern Jukebox, a rotating musical collective bringing popular music back in time. March 2nd, Taft Theater. Postmodern Jukebox. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and the Taft Theater box office. Don't miss Postmodern Jukebox Live.
Your car or truck is a trusted and valued asset. You have a lot invested in its care and maintenance, which is why when you have mechanical problems, you want to take it to a place you can trust, a place that has been the symbol of quality and honesty. Hi, I'm Robert Nolan of John Nolan Auto Service. For over 60 years, the John Nolan family has been servicing our customers' vehicle repair needs right here in Greater Cincinnati. But now, John Nolan Auto Service has made a good deal even better by offering a nationwide 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on all our covered repair. John Nolan Auto Service is conveniently located in the heart of Newport, Kentucky, right across from the Peace Bell. Call John Nolan Auto Service at 859-261-8833 for an appointment today. A 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. What could be better?
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Time for one of my favorite parts of the show. It's time for music history. And on this day in 1961, the Supremes signed a worldwide recording contract with Motown Records. Originally founded as the Premettes, they became the most commercially successful of Motown's acts, and to date, America's most successful vocal group with 12, get it? 12 number one singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Go, girls! Today in 1967, the Rolling Stones were forced to change the lyrics of Let's Spend the Night Together to Let's Spend Some Time Together when appearing on the U.S. TV The Ed Sullivan Show after the producers objected to the content of the lyrics. Well, Jagger ostentatiously rolled his eyes at the TV camera while singing in the changed lyrics, resulting in the host Ed Sullivan announcing that the Rolling Stones would be banned from performing on his show ever again. Today in 1969, George Harrison had a 5-hour meeting with John, Paul, and Ringo where he made it clear that he was fully prepared to quit the Beatles for good. Harrison wasn't happy with plans for live performances and the current Let It Be film project. Today in 1972, Led Zeppelin's Black Dog made its debut on the U.S. singles chart. The group's third single peaked at number 15 and spent 8 weeks on the chart. The song's title is a reference to a nameless black Labrador retriever, aw, how cute, that wandered around the Headley Grange studios during recording. That was nice of them. And that little black dog has no idea how famous it got. Today in 1978, Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here was on the UK album chart. The album's packaging, designed by Storm Thorgerson, featured an opaque black sleeve inside which has hidden the album artwork. Thorgerson had noted that in the U.S., Roxy Music Country Life was sold in an opaque green cellophane sleeve, censoring the cover image, and he adopted the same idea, concealing the artwork for Wish You Were Here in a dark-colored shrink wrap, making the album art absent. Today in 1994, American singer-songwriter Harry Nilsson died in a sleep of heart failure after spending the previous day in the recording studio. He recorded Everybody's Talkin' from the film Midnight Cowboy and wrote hits for Three Dog Night and the Monkees. He had the UK and the US number one single with his version of the Badfinger Evans and Ham song Without You. When John Lennon and Paul McCartney had a press conference in 1968 to announce the formation of Apple Corps, John was asked to name his favorite American artist, and he replied, Nilsson. Paul was then asked to name his favorite American group, and he replied, Nilsson. Doesn't get better than that. What a testimonial, huh? Wow. And we've heard these songs a million times and didn't know who actually sang it. Here's the answer to the trivia question. Born on this day in 1948, his name is Ronnie Van Zant, vocalist and with Lynyrd Skynyrd, who had the 1974 U.S. number 8 single Sweet Home Alabama and the number 21 single Freebird. Van Zant died in a plane crash between shows from Greenville, South Carolina to Baton Rouge, Louisiana on October 20th, 1977, along with bandmates Steve Gaines and Cassie Gaines. Remaining band members survived, although they were seriously injured. So there you go. I had a blast researching these history notes for you. I hope you had fun listening to them. The trivia question still stands. We got to give these tickets away, folks. So if you listened and you now know the answer, call us at 513-563-1480. Give Dan your name and number, and we will get those tickets out to you. You can enjoy the show at the Remodeling Expo at the Sharonville Convention Center. I'm called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. Go to bluestoneivory.com for our full schedule. It's a little empty right now, but it'll be filling up here soon. We've got a couple guys. Chappie just had surgery. He's doing well. He should be on his feet and playing drums in about 6-7 weeks. And Rick, our keyboardist, Rick Schmidt, he had open heart surgery about 4 weeks ago. Yikes. He'll be ready to go here in about 4 or 6 weeks, too. So hopefully the end of March we'll be out there rocking and rolling again with new guys.
I guess.
So the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by Mike McCormick, Financial Clarity Group at 513-752-0386. Go to financialclaritygroup.com and listen to his little 2-minute video. It's very, very good. And I have to give you an on-air testimonial. This is for the common man, woman, middle income, or the filthy rich. If you have an income at all, you need to call Mike. You have saved Mary Jo and I thousands of dollars the past 2 years with your guidance and suggestions. I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It works. Definitely works. And I follow direction. It's one good thing about me. I've always followed direction. Somebody shows me, you suggested the Mevo camera. Guess what? I went out and bought one. And Mary Jo says, you better wear orange tomorrow on the show. Well, here you go. I follow direction. I'm all bingled up.
I have a little orange in the logo.
You
here,
do,
I didn't wear the orange shirt.
You got the orange group on there. Yeah. There you go. All right, so we've all heard about Bitcoins and cryptocurrency. So, and you directed me to a webinar. Of course, we were both on the webinar. It was a lot of information. The father, son that owned the company, they gave a good presentation. They got a lot of audience. There was about 30 or 40 people on the call, I think.
It was pretty well attended. Yeah, Doug is a colleague of mine. And a fellow Matson Money advisor, and as soon as I saw it, I signed up for it. But there will probably be another cryptocurrency type program. I think Mark Matson's working on one. But the concept of cryptocurrency and crypto investing and all those kinds of things, people just don't quite understand the risks that they're taking. That was the point of the webinar.
Yeah,
and it was well done, I thought.
You can't put it in your pocket and ching it around. Right, you know, you can't pull out your wallet and flash a $50 bill on the table. There is no money, but you can go broke.
Well, you can go broke doing any kind of investing, really. But the thing about crypto and people try to use the example of the stock market. Well, I don't really own anything, so I'm going to put it in real estate. Well, real estate's a great investment tool as well. In investing in the market, you are investing in companies. You own part of that company. You really do own part of it. You can't see it or touch it, but you own part of that company. With crypto, and Doug brought the point home. He didn't quite say it this way, but with crypto, there is no there. You know, you're really not buying anything that's backed by anything. You're buying the I guess the goodwill of the people who have created it, and in their point, you're I can't remember how he worded it exactly, but
I don't remember either.
You're hoping to sell it to someone who doesn't quite realize that they're still buying nothing. There's no there. There's no substance to it. And one of the things that he brought home for me was that investing in crypto is 22 times more volatile than investing in the S&P 500. And that was enlightening to me, because we have difficulty explaining to people how the S&P 500 is volatile, and they may not invest in that, but they're looking at crypto because they have a fear of missing out. The FOMO is so strong that it overrides their common sense that I won't invest in stocks that actually are part of a company, but they'll think of investing in crypto, which has no substance to it, no backing. It's not there's just nothing there.
Well, if you think back, many years ago, before cell phones before everybody had at least one cell phone or mobile device, somebody had approached me about a thing called BlackBerry and wanted me to invest into that. I went, what? I thought, I didn't know anything about that. It was too scary. It was too much of a risk.
Well, the difference, though, is that there really was a BlackBerry. There was a company
that
you're investing in. Actually, I think they just shut down a few weeks ago. Finally, it's all gone. But there was something that you were investing in. It was backed by a company that had assets, that had, probably real estate. But that's the difference with crypto. There's no backing to it. There's no good faith and credit of the United States.
There's no company.
There's no company.
There's no CEO.
There's no CEO. There's just no there. And from our perspective, it's not an academically verifiable return that you should expect from it. There's no 60-year or 70-year history of that as an asset class, and that's why we don't invest in it.
We got about 60 seconds. You want to just give us a real quick touch on what the tax return MRI is, and,
sure,
and so they can call you and find out more?
Sure. Kind of like the agent operating system. It's a trademarked process. The tax return MRI is our proprietary tax planning program where we analyze someone's tax return and their situation to come up with the strategies designed to keep more money in their pocket.
And strategies he has, and I am living proof that, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I'm just not saying this because he's sitting next to me, but I tell everybody, you literally have saved us thousands of dollars over the past several years that we didn't know how to do, and you trained us, taught us to do it, and now in tax time, Mary Jo still doesn't like tax time, but she's not in tears like she used to be with our old tax guy. Mike McCormick, Financial Clarity Group, 513-752-0386 or financialclaritygroup.com. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Next, we're going to have a visit with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. Hooday, Cincinnati, WDJO, 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
When was the last time you wasted your money? Worse yet, you wasted it on something you didn't really want anyway, like income taxes. Local CPA and certified tax coach Mike McCormick regularly helps people like you find areas where they've wasted their hard-earned money, paying more in taxes than the tax code requires. Experience the power of proactive tax planning. Call the tax coach, Mike McCormick, today at 513-488-1121. or visit financialclaritygroup.com to get started.
A car show in January? Yes, it's the Butler County Swap Meet and Car Corral, Saturday, January 15th from 8 till 1 at the Butler County Fairgrounds in Hamilton, Ohio. The indoor and outdoor swap areas will feature all kinds of antique and vintage auto parts, hard-to-find manuals, garage items, beer and soda collectibles, plus models and toys. That's the Butler County Winter Swap Meet and Car Corral, Saturday, January 15th at the Butler County Fairgrounds, sponsored by the O'Reilly Auto Parts, the Ohio Valley Chapter, the Falcon Club of America, the Corvair Club of Cincinnati, and the Tri-State F100. Visit ButlerCountySwap.com.
Vonderhaar's Catering Incorporated has been serving the Cincinnati and Tri-State area for 53 years. Over those years, Vonderhaar's style of catering and scope of services has changed and evolved, but their commitment to serving a quality product with exceptional service has not wavered. Vonderhaar's provides any setup and level of service from casual or elegant buffets or food stations to plated dinner service. Along with striving to provide excellent quality food and service, Vonderhaar's takes pride in the personal attention they give each customer, allowing you to be the guest at your own event. For your next catered event, contact Vonderhaar's Catering at 513-554-1969 or visit vonderhaars.com.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through the Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 29 years, Covered Bridge Antique Mall has been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-6739 or visit their Facebook page. Covered Bridge Antique Mall is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 till 5, closed Monday, following all state recommended safety guidelines.
Are you thinking about selling your home or in the market to downsize but don't know where to start? Hi, this is Gary Rossignol, host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO. If you've been asking these questions, call me today for a no-obligation consultation at 513-777-2402. Let me help you transition from where you are to where you want to be. I'm licensed in Ohio and Kentucky. That's 513-777-2402. And don't forget to catch me Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 right here on WDJO.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we've been rocking and rolling this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching on Facebook and Twitter. This is yours truly, Gary Rossignol, your senior real estate specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group. The Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community, providing programs that enhance quality of life, enhancing programs and partner with Cincinnati's Children's Hospital. This gentleman is on the board of directors of the Dragonfly Foundation. He is their number one cheerleader and their number one fan for years. This is my friend, Mr. Bill Kerrigan. Good morning, Bill.
Hoo-day, Gary.
Hoo-day to you, my friend. 4:30's kickoff. Day. We're going to be in front of the TV. Best seats in the house,
Absolutely.
Right? Although I got a friend that hasn't missed a home game in 20 years. Richard Cox.
Dedicated.
Yes. And he's been to almost, I think he's got 2 more stadiums to be able to say he's been to every stadium that the Bengals play in. So there you go.
Wow.
So,
a serious fan.
So what sets the Dragonfly Foundation apart from all other nonprofits, Bill? I know we've talked about this before, but I know there's folks out there that need to hear this message.
Well, I think there's a couple things, Gary. I appreciate you asking. The first thing would be that although we support all the organizations out there that are looking for cures to pediatric cancer, we operate a little bit differently in that we're not on the medical side of things. We're more on the emotional support side of the equation, where what we try to do is wrap our arms around the families that are coming from literally all over the world, Gary. As you know, Cincinnati Children's is so well respected and does such phenomenal work with kids facing pediatric cancer that oftentimes families just uproot themselves and get themselves to Cincinnati to get their children care and treatment. And while they're here, we want to make them feel at home. We want to make sure that they have all the supplies that they need. And also, things such as gift cards go such a long way to help the families while they're here. And then also things like tickets to sporting events or the circus or the Harlem Globetrotters to give the families just a little bit of normalcy while they face a serious uphill battle in many cases.
So would there be any families that would enjoy going to the Sharonville Home Remodel Expo?
You bet they would.
All right.
I bet there's a lot of them that would enjoy doing that.
All right. You got 2 pair from today's show. We only gave away 1 pair, right, Dan? Yeah. All right, so I got 2 pairs to give you. I'll get those to you this week.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to meet you anywhere to get those, Gary.
All right, you got it. And gift cards, that's the big thing that you need right now, are gift cards, right?
You know, Gary, we need those all year round because for your listeners, when a family shows up at Cincinnati Children's, they often have no idea where they're going to stay while they're in town. They don't know where to go to eat. They don't know how to get a fill up of their car. And the gas cards and the gift cards just really provide, a little financial support for these families when they get in town. And we need gift cards 24/7, 365, as well as tickets to different events, as I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So if your listeners can just get in touch with me, I actually put my cell phone out there on Facebook Live today. They just send me a text. I will make the arrangements to meet them anywhere and get a gift card, because those things go such a long way for the families.
Yes, you did. You put your phone number right there on the Facebook page, right below our video. So that's good. We won't give it out over the air, but go to facebook.com, Gary.Rossignol, and you can get that information. Or just call me, 513-777-2402. I'll be happy to meet you wherever and pick them up. You can drop them off at our office, whatever makes you feel good. Another thing that you can do to help out the Dragonfly Foundation, and I know you're real fond of this because everybody goes shopping, especially getting ready for the big Bengals game today. You're going to be going and buying the last-minute bread and chips and beer and what have you, and they're going to use their community rewards card at Kroger, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's a super easy way to help us out, Gary, is before you go do your shopping for the big game today, just go to Kroger Community Rewards. You can even Google Kroger Community Rewards instructions if you want step-by-step instructions. And just go ahead and link your existing Kroger Rewards Plus card to the Dragonfly Foundation right there. And then every time you go to Kroger thereafter, a very small portion of every dollar you spend is going back to the Dragonfly Foundation. So that's just a super easy way to help. I know you're a huge fan of Amazon Smile, Gary. They're very similar programs in that once you set it, you just set it and forget it, and you're making a small donation every time you shop.
Yep, whenever I log onto Amazon, which is probably at least once a week.
Yeah.
Think about anything. I mean, we spent New Year's Eve at the Marriott, gave Mary Jo and I the suite since the gig got canceled, and in the bathroom was this hairdryer. I never heard of the brand name before, and she goes, man, I love that hairdryer. So I went on Amazon, and guess what? There they were.
There it is.
I ordered it, and with the help of Honey, saved about, you need to do Honey. I'll tell you about that after the show. But yeah, Amazon Smiles. Just change your Amazon account to the Smiles, and when you log in, you're going to be done. Now, if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation out right now, get your smartphone or device and text WINGS15, that's WINGS15 to 71777. Just $5 goes a long way, right, Bill? You guys can really stretch $5 to do a lot of good.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Lots of $5 donations go a long way.
You got it. Well, we're just about out of time for today. Thanks for a great show. Thanks, Bill, for calling in. And thank you, Mike, for coming down this morning and spending this hour with us. We appreciate it. Remember, I am a realtor, certified residential specialist, and a senior real estate specialist. I'm here to help you. Just call me at 513-777-2402. You can find me online at Rockin, ROCKIN, Cincy.com. Don't forget to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, wash your hands constantly, and stay safe, folks. Next week, my guest is Bob Pape with Polaris Home Funding Corp. And stepping into the studio live next is Wesley Adams and Max Gunderman on the Cartex Show. So don't leave us yet. And in honor of our Cincinnati Bengals today, this is Blue Stone Ivory performing Chicago's hit, Make Me Smile.
We're Blue Stone Ivory. To know that Allnurse is committed to getting you back on the road quickly and painlessly.